Hey guys, I just wanted to get on here for a minute and talk to you about a couple of things. Sorry if I look kind of rough. I'm okay, really. Um, I just want to talk to you about some types of abuse. I talk about this a lot in person, not on video, but I'm trying to make more videos about it just to reach other people. And so there was a couple of things I want to talk about because I know already that it affects a lot of people. I used to teach or lead a group for specifically for people trying to heal from these things. And so I want to talk about them real quick. So this situation, a lot of people don't realize this if they're going through it, but family members like completely cutting you off, either emotionally or physically, for like as punishment, basically, for whatever reason, is abuse. It's abusive. Now the people doing it are not going to consider it that because they're the ones who are doing it. So this can range from a lot of things. It can be like you said something, even if it's you voicing your emotions about something, it upsets them, and then they cut you off and don't talk to you or anything for an extended period of time. So that's one way. Another way, the emotional, cutting people off emotionally. I'm not really going to go into a lot of that. If you're going through it, then you know exactly what it is. Basically, it's just whenever you are not allowed to talk about your feelings ever. Like, no matter what they do, you're not allowed to talk about it. You're like cut off. And, or either not only are you cut off, but they make it seem like your emotions are ridiculous or not valid, because a lot of times they will, like in their own mind, justify their behavior. So, and I'm talking about family members, not really. It can happen in like, other relationships, like your spouses or whatever, but I'm talking about like your immediate family, your parents, your siblings, people like that, because they're lifelong, So obviously, you don't want to be cut off by them. But here, the people who do that are, and I hate to talk about, label things, especially things that people are talking about a lot. But this has been going on for a very long time, believe me. It is just that people are learning what it is now, and so they're talking about a lot. And you can look, once you look on anywhere, like that as videos or whatever, you'll see that there's a lot of people talking about narcissists, but that really is what it is. I know this because if you have the ability to cut people off, your family members, whether it's your child or your sibling, and no matter what the reason, even if they did something that, was crazy or bad, if you can cut them off for an extended period of time, that is there's some kind, that's an issue. That is like a narcissist who does that. They're the only people I know who can repeatedly do that, know that it's hurting someone, and continue doing it. And I don't really know the reasoning behind it completely. I believe that it kind of stems from them experiencing some kind of trauma themselves, but it still is not a reason for them to do that. It's not okay. Um, I'm telling you this for like informational purposes. So like if you're going through that, that you, it is a form of abuse, because a lot of times we will beat ourselves up and say, well, maybe it's because I'm not lovable, or maybe I am doing something wrong, or you start feeling like you're not important, or whatever. But that's exactly what they're doing. They want you to feel that way. And I don't know, again, I don't know the reasoning behind it. And for certain situations, I'm sure that they have in their mind a reason that they do it, whether it's jealousy, or, um, they're miserable, so they want you to be miserable. I really don't know. But it boils down to the fact that they are, it is a tactic that they use to punish, for whatever reason. And it is really wrong. It wears you down, um, and it will mentally break you. And at the same time, they will not speak to you to try to resolve the conflict, because they're making the conflict. And so, therefore, they don't want it to end. And I don't even know. And it's very possible that their knowledge that it is hurting you, um, it actually may be fuel to help them keep going, because that is what they want to achieve. They want you to be hurt. That's why they're doing it. Um, so I don't know what to tell you to make it better. I don't have any answers, because I just don't. I do know this much. Statistically speaking, there is almost no hope for a narcissist to change. So you're either going to have to deal with it, or, figure out for yourself, I don't know, ways to cope with it. I mean, if you're married to a person like that, you can make that choice of whether you want to stay married to them and just deal with this the rest of your life, or until they get rid of you. Um, I don't know. It's like, that's your choice when it comes to your actual family members, your blood kin. I really don't have the answer. I don't know. I know what doesn't work is, trying to pretend the problem doesn't exist, or trying to, um, find reasons to convince yourself that, you know, you shouldn't like them. Yeah, that doesn't help either. I know, because I've tried for 5 years to do that, and it just doesn't work. At least it doesn't work for me. I do not have the ability to, um, be mean to people like that. I don't have the ability to reciprocate the hatred and the ugliness of it. I can't stand for, um, you know, strangers to be suffering. And I try to help people feel better about themselves, and, heal and resolve issues, um, because that's who I am. I'm very empathetic and compassionate, and it is very hard whenever you're, um, constantly dealing with, um, that. Like, so I try to put it in the back burner of my life, my mind, but it comes up. Like, naturally, you're going to think about things. Um, even if you don't want to. That's why I said it doesn't work to pretend like the problem doesn't exist. And then, you factor in other things, how it affects your children, if you have children. I can't actually understand people like that, like I said, because I don't have it in me. I don't have that type of personality or heart to be mean to people. Actually, I forgive over and over again, and that may also lead to this happening to me repeatedly, because when you're dealing with people like that, they may come back into your life, and then, I mean, takes nothing to make them, leave, and shut you off again. And, even one of the worst things is the being shut off emotionally, because I guess it would be easier in a sense if you were dealing with that and you were able to say how you felt about it, and they were actually able to say, this is how I feel. This is the reason why I'm doing this. But if you're a person who can't figure out why they're doing it, and you reach out and you say how badly it hurts you and how you miss them, and you get no response, or even one time I got a laughing face on one of my messages. So all I can say is it doesn't bother them. So you trying to reach out and describe your feelings, it doesn't bother them. They don't care, and you're the one that gets hurt, which is what they're trying to do. So again, they don't care. But if you talk about it, if you share that someone is doing that to you, then they will get angry. So they make it very clear that you're not going to talk to anyone about this. You're in just whatever way they do it, they are going to control you. They're going to make sure that not only do you take it, but that you don't talk about it. And that's the hard part, is not talking about it. I mean, what do you do with that? And then no one else understands it. So I don't know what to tell you. Like I said, I'm just sharing this because I'm kind of trying to be generic about it, but also transparent about it, because I know that other people go through it. And, I don't know. I don't know what to say. When I've talked about it before, just to people I know, they'll say things like, yeah, I've been going through this for years. You just got to keep going, pray about it, which I do pray about it, and I've been praying about it, and, the situation is still the same. So, anyway, like I said, I don't have the ability to do what some people do, which is just literally make themselves not care. Oh well, keep the people in your life that want you and just forget about the ones who don't. And I can't do that. I just can't. And part of me thinks that the people doing this know that. And so that's why they do it and continue to do it. But, it just sucks, because you can cry a million tears and they don't care. That's part of it. They're emotionally cutting you off, physically cutting you off. Sometimes they don't physically cut you off, but they still emotionally cut you off. And then whenever you are in their life, you're not allowed to talk about the past or what you went through. Like, you're not allowed to say, that really hurt me, because they're going to say, well, that's in the past. You shouldn't talk about it. Or, well, I'm this way, so you shouldn't be upset. They're going to find a way to turn it around on you. That's the thing about it, is they are selfish. They're self-centered. They don't care about anyone else. They may have a couple of people that they have unhealthy attachments to, but other than that, they are cruel and abusive. And it is what it is. They may not like to hear it. And the crazy thing is that they'll call other people that, say that other people are narcissists, whenever they're actually the one who's a narcissist. And it's not that they don't know what they're doing, because they actually know what they're doing. They don't think, they think it's just okay. Maybe even normal. I don't know. Like, they justify it with themselves. So, yeah, that's the problem. But anyway, I don't want to ramble on too much about it, and but I did want to talk about that a minute, because I feel like, a lot of people have, you always have good days and bad days. I feel like a lot of people may not even take it as well as I do, and they feel rejected and alone. And you're not alone. I mean, maybe in your life you are, maybe you don't really have anyone, but as far as going through something like this, you're not alone. You're not. There's a lot more people out there than you can imagine. Trust me. I personally know a lot of people that are going through this with someone, and for me, it just hits hard, because I don't know how to dislike people. I don't know how to just blow it off and be like, oh well. So anyway, I'm gonna get off of here. Maybe I'll talk about it again later, but I'm gonna get off for now, and just know that if you're going through it, you're not alone, and those people are the ones that are wrong. So just pray for them, and just keep praying. Like, it, I don't know. God can do anything. So I don't give up hope, and I don't say people are completely hopeless, because I believe God can do anything. I know He can, but yeah, it's still hard. The journey's hard. So love you. Stay encouraged, and I'll talk to you later.